back, everyone. It's episode number 9 of Couchside Sports. As always, I'm Matt Parnell, joined alongside by Lucas Fanslaw. How you doing, Lucas?
I'm doing fantastic. Beautiful week in Canada.
Yeah, I can't complain. Weather was nice.
It was. The hockey news is flying. You played 36 holes yesterday.
Yeah, 36.
Little golf marathon.
I played 27 that week with Tristan as well, so it's been a lot of golf lately. I'm trying to practice up for this tournament coming up at the end of the week, right? So
you'll be off for a week playing some golf.
Yeah. So we're recording this one July 8th, evening of July 8th, and I'll be out of town from, I think it's like the 11th to 18th or something like that.
Nice.
It's a Friday to a Friday, so
nice.
Getting 4 rounds of golf in, 3 in a tournament with the boys, and then gonna sneak another round in with my cousins out in Castlegar, hopefully. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, have you been playing any golf lately, or just the last round we played?
Yeah, I played Mulligan's the other day. Was a fun round.
The goat track.
Yeah, a little goat track. Good round. I think I shot like 15 over. Definitely wasn't a good round, but it was a fun round.
It was a good time.
Vibes were immaculate. Had a couple drinky poos. Was a good time.
That's right. And like you said, to kick off the show here today is lots of NHL news since our last episode with Tristan. Yeah. Obviously, we had free agency on July 1st. We got some things to talk about there. There was a couple of trades. A big one that we actually mentioned last week with Tristan on the show was the Mitch Marner situation going to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start with that? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like that was the most predicted thing to happen going into free agency?
It seemed like it.
The Golden Knights are huge winners of this offseason just for that trade.
Big time.
Yeah, huge pickup by them, though. One thing I saw, though, is who's the defenseman who's stepping away from hockey?
Oh, Pietrangelo.
Yeah. That's a big loss for them, but
yeah.
Obviously, losing a defenseman, gaining a forward, not really replacing the piece, but I mean, just
pretty deep on defense as well, so it helps. I mean, obviously they're losing their top guy.
Yeah.
He's getting a bit older, Pietrangelo, but still like an absolute solid two-way, like also a pretty good stay-at-home defenseman, but does have a bit of a two-way game to him, so it'll definitely be a big loss.
Yeah.
But you throw in Mitch Marner, arguably a top 5 winger in the league.
Yeah, over 100 points a year, like
he's gonna kill it down there.
And they got him for $12 million, which, I mean, we've talked about it in a lot of episodes.
That's going to age really nice.
Yeah, with the salary cap going up, that's going to be a super nice deal.
Did you see that Toronto was thinking of, or there was a word going around that they were going to have the NHL investigate for tampering?
Really?
Yeah, because apparently Mitch Marner has been looking at a house down there for a while.
Damn.
And so, anyways, that's what I heard. That could just be Twitter bullshit, as it usually is.
So on Chicklets, they were also talking about some Toronto fans are pissed because it came out that like during warm-ups and stuff where they played the Knights throughout the year, he was talking to some of his buddies on the other team like, how is it there? Like, how's the franchise? How's the coaching?
Yeah.
And Toronto fans were super pissed about it, but the Chicklet guys were saying, like, if you're in the NHL, you're just fucking asking everyone
I was just going to say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's probably asked that to a bunch of different people on different teams.
Yeah, like
it's not just Vegas.
Yeah, you're going to want to know the building before you go into it.
I feel like if I had, as a Canucks fan and an Avalanche fan, this maybe kind of hurts to say a bit. But, like, if in some other life I was an NHLer, I think Vegas would be the top of my list.
You think so?
It seems like a fantastic place to live. Like, outside of the Strip, like everyone obviously thinks about the Strip when you talk about Las Vegas, but from what I've seen, like the actual like city of Las Vegas is actually a nice place to live. You got lots of golf. You can golf year round.
Yeah.
Like you get a day off in like November or whatever. There's no practice. Yeah, go play some golf. You can't do that in Vancouver. Can't do that in Denver.
Oh, fuck
you know? So I think there's some benefit there, and they just seem like a well-run organization. Like, you look at Vancouver, feels like a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And then you look at Vegas, and they're just like the model franchise, which is so weird to say because they're so young, but they got it right.
And even then, like I've heard guys talk about how some places you literally take into account what the media is like.
Yeah, 100%. I guarantee you they do. They might say they don't, but they for sure do.
Vancouver is fucking ruthless for that, dude. That is just a franchise desperate for a cup. They're going to fucking tear through anyone if they don't like what's going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You know what's you hear this argument a lot, but I would say the counterpoint to that would be, and what someone would say if they were playing devil's advocate, if you win a cup in that city, you are forever like an all-time legend.
That's true.
Doesn't matter if you're the fourth line center.
That's
like,
true.
You know, so there's that trade-off. But I think that kind of happened with Marner a bit. I think Toronto, the media there is very much the same like Vancouver. They'll shit on players if they're not, performing as good as they're being paid.
Yeah.
And I think you saw that with Marner, like with his playoff performances. And he's going to go to Vegas where there's probably like 3 reporters in the fucking room after the game. You probably shoot the shit with them because, it's more of a personal interaction rather than having like 60 guys surrounding you.
Yeah.
And also you're playing in a place that like loves hockey, but also I don't think that they're the type of market that would really chastise you, for taking a game off or if you're underperforming, right?
Well, and they've given the franchise itself, since they've come into the league for 5 years, they've given them nothing but success.
100%. Yeah,
like
I think you have one playoff miss.
Yeah, like unless you guys literally finish as a bottom 5 team, you guys have nothing to be mad about.
100%. Yeah.
And if they're finishing that low, it's a season that was absolutely riddled with injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Like that team isn't a bad team. They've got nothing to be mad about.
Yeah.
You go 4 games without getting a point, you're not going to get torn apart.
Exactly. They're not going to be like, put this guy in the 4th line, It's like, come on.
In Toronto, you're just about to get lynched if that happens.
You have a bad game in December.
Yeah.
And they're fucking pissy about it, right?
Dude, you have a bad preseason game. They're throwing you out of the fucking barn.
Yeah, like if Elias Pettersson doesn't come out like guns a blazing to start the season in Vancouver this year,
they'll be pissed.
People are going to be all over him. They're going to be like, we should have traded this guy and yada yada yada. And I mean, my opinion on that is, and I've said this before on the podcast, I think they got rid of the wrong guy. I think they should have kept Miller, traded Pettersson before the extension.
Yeah,
but he's the guy now. We got to roll with him. And he's had a 100-point season before. He can do it. Hopefully he comes back this season. No JT Miller there, and puts on a show. But yeah, that the whole situation with Vegas and Marner, I think they are the best team in the West right now. They're the team to beat. I think if you add Marner to that team.
Yeah, they're definitely they're going to become the new Oilers, if you could say that. Like.
That's a great transition point. Why don't we talk about the Oilers? I feel like the other spectrum of free agency.
The other spectrum. Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, we were just talking about the Canucks. Big surprise keeping Besser.
Yeah. Actually, that's on my list as well. We can talk about that. Yeah, Besser re-signed $7.25 for 7 years.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy that he ends up staying there. I really did not see that coming.
No.
No, like I said earlier before the podcast, and I think I even said it maybe last week or the week before, is if a player gets to July 1st, I think it's like a 90% chance that they're leaving. Like Nikolai Ehlers gets to July 1st, he signs in Carolina.
Yeah.
I think probably what happened with Besser is the market for him wasn't as strong as his agent hoped it was going to be. He didn't have a great season this year. The previous year he scored 40-something goals, so like obviously a big season for him. It was kind of unfortunate timing. It's too bad his contract for him at least didn't end last season because he would have got paid a massive amount.
Yeah.
But then he comes back, and I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I feel like he threw up like mid-20 goals.
Yeah.
Which is probably a low end for him. Like he's probably a 30 to 35 guy. He's definitely not a 40-plus guy consistently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he probably came back to the Canucks and was like, fuck it, I'll do the 7-year deal at $7.25. The funny thing is he kind of hurts himself because, supposedly he was asking for term with the Canucks when they were talking about re-sign, and he wanted the 8th year, and it sounded like the Canucks wanted to give him a 5.
Really?
And so there was a bit of back and forth on that, and he probably got to free agency and didn't find any 7-year deals out there, probably a lot of 4 or 5-year deals.
Yeah.
And the Canucks were like, okay, we'll give you 7, but you'll still make the same amount of money, so it's a lower AAV. So 725 is a good deal for the Canucks. It might not age that well when he's 35, whenever that the 7th year of that deal is, but you can live with it.
Yeah. They also, I think they lost Pius Suter as well.
Pius Suter, he's gone. He San Jose, was it?
No, the Blues, I think.
The Blues. Yeah, that's right. And he got a 2-year deal, $4 million a season. So I think the Canucks were probably comfortable with that number.
Yeah.
But from all accounts, they wanted 4 years at $4 million a season. And I think Pius Suter thinks maybe he can bet on himself here and cash the bank in 3 seasons or 2 seasons, whatever. I think it's a 2-year deal he signed. So
yeah.
And the cap will be up a lot by then as well, so he could be worth a lot more.
And then again, going back to that media talk, I feel like going to St. Louis is probably a lot more chill place to play than Vancouver.
Totally, but he was loved here, though. He had a really good season last season, and I think people were excited to see him take that number 2 center position full time.
Yeah,
I don't think he would probably have been like a top 10 number 2 center in the league.
Yeah,
but if you can get a guy that can score 25 to 30 and give you like 25 to 30 assists as your 2C and paying him $4 million for 4 seasons, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
So I think the Canucks missed out on that. Sounds like they're going to go with Philip Hedl as their number 2 center, who's the guy they got in the trade back for JT Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He, for me, is a bit more of a number 3 center. And I think a lot of media members and whatnot, they agree. I think he's more of a 3C or like a second line winger. He can play wing.
Yeah.
But that's what the Canucks have. They have I think $1 million or less. I think $775,000 in cap space, so they can't add anyone unless they trade somebody.
No, that's definitely brutal.
Yeah.
And back to last week, like we were talking, there were no centers on the market.
None.
There was none. And I was listening to the Chicklets this week, and I think they put it pretty well. There's 20 teams out there looking for a second line center.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So apparently, I heard that Evgeny Kuznetsov used to play for the Capitals.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in the KHL the last 2 seasons, I think. It sounds like he might want to return to the NHL, and he might be able to give you a 50-point season as a 2C.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like the Canadians are interested, though, and he would probably, I think, go out east. Seems like the players like playing out there a lot more than they do over in the West. I think it has to do with the travel and shit.
Oh, totally. Way easier to go east than to go west.
Yeah, so, we'll see, but, I don't know what the Canucks are going to do about that number 2 center position. I guess they're just going to roll with Hedl and see what happens.
Yeah.
They re-signed Demko, too, which actually kind of surprised me a bit. 3-year extension at $8 million or $8.5 million a season.
Oh.
So they only give him 3 years. And I think that's because of his injury history, obviously.
You think so?
Yeah, but now they have him and Lankinen as their 1-2 goalies. And then you got Artur Shelovs, who's like a pretty highly touted AHL starter / NHL backup.
He stepped in last playoffs and
he
played
did well.
pretty well.
Yeah, and he just won the Calder Cup just a couple weeks ago with the Abbotsford Canucks. And I think he played every game in the playoffs, and he had crazy good numbers.
Wow.
So, but the issue now is the Canucks, if they bring him up, they can't send him back down without him passing through waivers. And if he goes on to waivers, any team can claim him.
And he's definitely getting picked up.
So, yeah, I think the Canucks have to trade him.
Yeah.
It's going to probably be kind of crappy return because of the waiver situation with him.
Yeah.
But
at least get something.
You got to get something, a 5th-round pick, whatever it might be. So,
yeah.
I don't think it'll be a lot, unfortunately, just with the position the Canucks are in, but we'll see.
Well, plus, I feel like there's no room for him with that re-sign with Demko.
Yeah, Demko for 3 more seasons. Lankinen just signed that, I think it was a 5 or a 4-year deal last year with the Canucks, so they got him for a while. Their goaltending is set, and you could argue that could be a top 3 goaltending tandem in the league.
Yeah.
Might even be the best.
Really?
If Demko is healthy, you've got two probably top 25 goalies in the league, which not a lot of teams can say for their starter and their backup, right? Your backup's hardly ever a top 30 goalie in the league.
Well, I was just going to ask, is he a pretty stud backup?
Yeah, well, he played most of last season because Demko was out. and he was phenomenal. He was the only reason the Canucks even had a chance.
Really?
So getting him at 4.5 or whatever it is for 5 seasons, and then having Demko for another 3, I think that's like the perfect storm. And if you get to a point where, hey, I feel Lankinen can just take the reins, maybe you trade Demko. I mean, a 3-year deal, that's a pretty palatable deal for a GM if they really are in a bind for a goalie. Edmonton Oilers. But yeah, I mean, it's still a hefty price to pay, but
yeah, totally.
I kind of want to talk about the Oilers. What are your thoughts? We can kind of jump between maybe the Canucks and the Oilers again, because there was a connection there with the Kane situation.
I feel like everyone fucking jumped ship.
Yeah, they lost Corey Perry, Connor Brown, Evander Kane.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a couple others. Oh, Jeff Skinner is gone as well, who like didn't have a great playoffs, but was a good regular season contributor for theirs.
Yeah,
for
good
them.
depth piece.
Yeah, so, yeah, and even could play top 6 wing. So out of the guys they lost, Perry, top 6 winger, potentially. I think he played a little bit of that role. Maybe wasn't like always top 6, but they definitely had him playing up with McDavid here and there.
Yeah.
So they lose Corey Perry. Connor Brown, a middle 6 guy. Again, another player who had played with McDavid for periods of time. Evander Kane, same thing.
Yeah.
And then they re-signed Bouchard at $10.5 million for 4 seasons. They pick up Mangiapane, who's okay, I guess, at 3.6 for 2 years. And then Frederick signs that 3.85 8-year deal. They've got $175,000 in cap left only, and they've lost, like I said, Perry, Brown, Kane, Skinner.
Yeah. Well, and
what happened?
Well, and a lot of their, it seemed like the last 2 years, like every one of their signings was just rotating bottom 6 pieces, and the years before, at least you could say that we still have our core. Like we still have all of our top 6 guys. We're good to go.
Yeah,
we're just shuffling around the bottom. That makes sense. They were a good team.
Yeah.
This year you lost a bunch of top 6 guys and fucking you didn't replace them.
Yeah.
You still had the reshuffle at the bottom, but you didn't replace them.
That's what it feels like. Mangiapane at $3.6 million for 2 years. I think they're hoping he can play top 6.
Yeah.
I think him more of a middle 6 guy, and then the Frederick deal. This guy played 7 minutes a night in the regular season last year.
Well, how old is he?
It's like early 20s, like not super early, but like I want to say 24 or something like that.
Are they just hoping that he develops in the last 4 years of that contract? Everyone's like, oh, what a
they
deal.
have to be, but like to me, I don't. Who cares about 8 years from now?
Yeah.
You got Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl right now.
Yeah.
Fuck giving this guy an 8-year deal. Sorry, Trent Frederick. I know you're listening, but I'm going out and I'm not signing Frederick at that. I'm probably trading him.
Yeah.
And if I am moving off of Evander Kane and Corey Perry, I'm going and I'm getting, maybe I'm not getting Mangiapane. Maybe now I'm getting another $8 million player. And then fill out the rest of the roster, like those bottom 6 spots, with some guys that have been marinating in the AHL for a while.
Yeah.
Because the Oilers aren't built to beat you with depth. I mean, I know we talked about in the playoffs, like when their depth was rolling, they were good, and that's true. But they really are just a top-heavy lineup that's going to kill you on the power play. Go get another stud, and I know you've already got Bouchard and you've got McDavid, you've got Draisaitl, but like maybe you move Nugent Hopkins instead and you find someone else. Like you have McDavid as your number 1C, Draisaitl as your 2C, and now Nuge is out of the picture. Now there's another $6 million. So it's I don't understand it. Go get a goalie,
And I feel like one piece that also didn't fall into place was I saw that the GM's name,
Stan Bowman,
he had a couple conversations with Nurse about waiving his no trade clause.
Yeah, Nurse ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, Nurse just kept saying no.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what they were just kind of hoping that they would let him trade him, get some space in cap, then they'll do something.
They got to find cap space in other ways.
Yeah.
Because Nurse, from what I've heard, Nurse is not going anywhere. He doesn't want to move. He's never going to waive that. He will probably retire an Oiler, or he'll at least go until that contract ends, which I think he'll be like 35, and then he'll sign like a 2-year deal somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going in. Why would he say, yeah, trade me, when he has the ability to A, say no, and B, he's on a team with the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And arguably the second best player in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not getting traded. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
And-
And you're gonna trade me to the Ducks? Like, no, I'm gonna try and win a cup here. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, totally. And obviously, people can hate on him like, oh, that's a bad contract. It makes people kind of hate the guy itself.
Yeah.
But
Hey, man.
if you were him in his shoes, you're like, fuck, I'm getting paid almost $10 million a year. Life's good.
Yeah, you're living in fucking Alberta where, like, cheap to, like, buy a house. Like, this guy's living it up. And
Oh,
then he's,
totally.
like, spending his off seasons doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was silly to sign him to that deal. Good for him.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think people hate on the player more so than they should. I think they really should just be
Mad at the GM.
mad
Mad
at
at Bowman.
Well, Bowman didn't sign it to him.
Gotcha.
He's a new GM there, but still, you gotta be upset at the franchise that did that, and also be upset with the franchise, and then maybe be upset with Nurse's play. But like it's not it's not the player. Like good for him. He made his money. Like he
Yeah.
can play at a higher level, and that's fine to criticize that. And like there's situations where it's like, okay, he needs to be better than that.
Yeah.
Like he's just never going to be a $9.8 million player. But I can see him when he's playing at his best. He's a $6 million guy,
Yeah.
right? $6.5 million guy when he's at his absolute best. And that's not that far off. It's not like you're paying a guy who'd be making $700K like $9 million.
Yeah.
People seem to forget that too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good for him though. But yeah, I don't know what the Oilers are. I don't know what they're gonna do because they didn't address goaltending, so they're doing Skinner fucking Campbell again.
I was just gonna say, are you surprised by that?
I am very surprised. I mean, I thought when they moved out Kane, that was going to be their relief to get a goaltender in. You move out Kane, and then maybe you trade Skinner back with whatever goalie you're bringing in. So there you go. That's like fucking $7-8 million.
Yeah.
And then just keep Campbell as your backup. And I mean, Skinner's got to have some decent value. He's been to 2 Stanley Cup Finals in a row. I know he can be hot and cold, but there's teams out there that would love to have Skinner at $2.6 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally. And even then, offer him 4 or 5 or 6.
I was surprised they didn't go out and get John Gibson actually from Anaheim.
I was just gonna say, was he the one goalie moved this off season?
Yeah, and there was a rumor that he was headed to Edmonton for I feel like at least a season.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like him being traded has been on the radar for a couple of years now, and I feel like most of that time he's been kind of correlated to a move to Edmonton. I mean, it just made sense. Like he was making less than $7 million a year, I think. He's a good goaltender, like way more consistent. He's got a good pedigree, like a good career numbers. And
do you think they'd almost do like a goalie swap, like Skinner for Gibson
Well,
plus
that's-
some picks?
That's what I was thinking. Like, if you move Kane out, you could trade Skinner and then trade them whatever else they wanted and bring in a goalie. Like, get rid of your first rounder. I'm sure first, I'd have to look at what the trade was that Detroit paid to get him, but I don't think it was that outrageous.
No, that must be a good deal then. But yeah, no, they definitely should have went out and made a move this offseason. And like you said, I wonder if there will be a Oilers riot next year.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see actually what happens now with Connor McDavid, because it's like Connor McDavid is, he's got a potential to re-sign now. And, I mean, I don't know. He might walk out the door. He, let's see here. So it was John Gibson for Peter Mrazek, who was their like kind of starter for the Wings, not like super great. Worse
like
than
a
Skinner.
mid-6 guy.
Yeah. He's like probably like a Stuart Skinner comp, but older.
Gotcha.
A 4th round and then a 2nd round 2 years from now. So it's like they could have easily got John Gibson for Skinner, and they wouldn't even had to have given him a fucking first. They could have given him Skinner and probably a 3rd.
Yeah.
Right. So kind of a bizarre choice there.
Well, and since the Detroit got him for so low, it's like, why the fuck didn't Edmonton up the ante?
Yeah, the one thing I am thinking right now is maybe because the Oilers and the Ducks are in the same division, maybe the Ducks didn't want to trade him into the same division that they play in. But even then, a hockey trade can always be made. That team just has to pay a little bit more.
Gotcha.
So it's like you think for sure that they would have been involved on that.
Yeah, like, okay, you're getting that guy a 4th and a 2nd. How does 2 seconds sound?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
whoop-de-fuck.
something would have done. Yeah, exactly. Like, so bizarre to me.
No, that's brutal.
So I don't know. I'm not really high on the Oilers this coming season. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs, obviously, but I just don't think they're set to go for another cup.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a bit of an easier out, especially with not having Perry or Evander Kane on the team now.
Yeah. I think Perry to LA is a good move.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that LA definitely needs.
Yeah, that was a good pickup by the Kings, which that brings me to the Kings, actually. They had a very, I would say, suspect free agency. Let me pull up who they signed, but it was like they signed all old guys for like expensive contracts, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Like it's almost like they're going win now, but they're not in a win now.
Well, they are in a win now, but the guys they added weren't like needle movers.
Really?
Yeah, they were like kind of like so Cody Ceci was one for sure. And he used to be on the Oilers a couple of years ago, and he's like a bottom pairing defenseman, and they paid him like something ridiculous.
4.5, I think.
Yeah, 4.5 times 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Cody Ceci, 4 years, $4.5 million a season. They picked up Joel Armia, who's 32, for $2.5 million a season for 2 years. Corey Perry at $2 million for 1 year. That's probably their best move. And then Anton Forsberg, Brian Dumoulin, like no one that's like really gonna move the needle. I don't think it was an interesting free agency for them, but I mean maybe they feel comfortable with the pieces that they have. I worry about Anze Kopitar, who's 37.
Yeah.
And Drew Doughty, who's got to be getting up to his mid to late 30s now as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's like their one last kick at the can here.
Yeah. Like their window's closing almost. They're aging out.
Yeah. I mean, they got some good young players coming, but like that Doughty Kopitar group, it's like they've got maybe 2 seasons left, I think. So we'll see. Florida Panthers.
They did it.
What a fucking steal.
They did it.
How we've been talking about that for weeks, I feel like, with them trying to re-sign Bennett, Marchand, and Ekblad. Like, it must be 2 or 3 episodes now. We've been talking like, oh, how there's no way they're going to do it. They're going to get Bennett, and then they're going to either have to pick Ekblad or Marchand, and somehow they end up with all 3.
Yeah, that's just fucking cruel. I know on Chicklets they were absolutely furious about that.
Were they?
Oh, like, well, and their thing is everyone's taken pay cuts to be with the culture, to be in the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's, I think it was Biz. He had a good point. You know, if let's say you're coming up to like 26, 27, you're having an all right career.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign a 1 or 2 year deal over in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play with all of those guys. I'm going to take like like $1, $2, $3 million pay cut.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have the season of my fucking career.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you're going to love it.
Yeah. And it's just total fucking culture over there. I feel like that just kind of sums it up.
For sure. I mean, Marchand at 6 years, $5.25 million. There was some pissed off people with that one. I was telling you before the show, how can you sign a guy who's 36 or 37 years old, to a 6-year deal? Some people were claiming that that's cap circumvention, which the Canucks got fucking nailed 4 years ago because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Luongo. They signed Luongo to like, before there was limits on years, they signed Luongo to like I can't remember. I want to say like a fucking 11-year deal or something.
Really?
Yeah, and just to bring his cap hit down. And anyways, after that, and then also Michael DiPietro, who was the starting goaltender for the Islanders back in the late 2000s or early 2010s, he signed, I think, like, this might sound outrageous, but I'm pretty sure he signed a 20-year deal.
What?
Yeah, we'd have to look it up and like see what it is. But the Islanders, I think, also got hit with a cap circumvention penalty.
What, will they take away picks and shit for that?
No, they ended up forcing them to like pay out a cap penalty for like, I think the Luongo one was like 5 or 6 years after he retired. And the funny thing is he went to Florida. He retired in Florida.
Yeah.
Didn't play out his contract, and they dinged Florida and the Canucks for that, even though the Canucks were the ones that signed him.
Really?
But the Florida only got dinged, I think, for like a season or 2. It wasn't very long. I'd have to look into it again. But I want to look up this Michael DiPietro.
That's a That's a fucking crazy
Or was it
contract.
Michael DiPietro? I'm trying to remember now.
Either. Also, I was gonna ask you, do you think they went to Ekblad and Marchand and said, "Listen, we've got this much space. If you guys want to stay, we'll split it between you two"?
I think so.
Because Marchand got 5, he got 6. They
I
just
think
straight
so.
up said to them, like, "Listen, we've got 11 mil. Can you guys split this if you want to stay for a year or two?"
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they did.
Well,
So-
and even actually, now that I look at it, Ekblad, they got him until 2033.
Yeah, but he's not as old as Marchand, right?
No, but just the fact he agreed to a deal that long for only 6 mil.
Yeah.
You know he would have fetched 8 or 9 on the market.
I think so for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Let me just go back to this Islanders thing real quick. Sorry, it's Rick DiPietro. Michael DiPietro is actually a goalie that plays in the AHL/NHL right now.
Gotcha.
But Rick DiPietro in 2013, the Islanders bought out the remaining 8 years of his 15-year contract. So they actually didn't get hit with cap circumvention. They ended up just buying him out.
Really?
Yeah. Meaning the payment wouldn't count. Oh, no, it says here the buyout was a compliance buyout, meaning the payment did not count towards the team's salary cap.
What?
So they paid him $1.5 million until so they bought him out in 2013, the remaining 8 years. They are still paying him to this day.
Really?
They're paying him till 28, 29 for $1.5 million a year.
No shit.
It's like that baseball player. Have you heard of that guy? It's like on July 1st, they call it, let me look it up real quick, but it's like a similar thing.
What, he's been getting paid for 30 years straight or something like that?
Yeah, it's something outrageous. Oh, Bobby Bonilla Day. That's what it is. Bobby Bonilla Day, July 1st. He receives a payment of $1.19 million from the New York Mets as a part of a deferred contract. This annual payment has started July 1st, 2011, and will end July 1st, 2035.
No shit.
That guy's making bank.
I need to get into that side hustle.
Yeah, so the story is the Mets bought out the remaining $5.9 million of his contract in 1999, but instead of paying him the full amount, they agreed to defer his payment that they owed him when they bought him out to payments of $1.19 million for 25 years.
Damn.
So instead of paying him a one-time $5.9 million fee, they're going to end up paying him over $30 million.
That's how you know you're a billionaire.
That's insane, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Anyways, back to hockey. That was a good sidetrack, though. The
Yeah,
Bobby
totally.
Bonilla Day. I
There's-
forgot about that.
There's your guys' fun fact for the day.
But yeah, the Panthers getting Bennett, Ekblad, Marchand back. How can they not be the Cup favorites?
Oh, that's just ridiculous. That's
It's crazy.
yeah.
Kachuk will be out for a few months. It sounds like with some surgeries to
Yeah,
start the year.
he had like a torn bicep up, like off the bone or something.
Yeah, and then you know what's crazy is a couple years ago when they lost the finals there 3 seasons ago, they lost to Vegas. They were so injured. I'm pretty sure he had something like a torn abdominal muscle or something, where it's like abdominal muscle ripped off the bone, like off the rib.
Really?
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. He had to have some crazy surgery, and then they go back and they win a cup 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So-
and he gets banged up again.
I'm
That's
not counting them out.
dedication.
I got some other random BS of the day that's kind of NHL related.
Okay.
Have you seen that golf video going around?
No.
So there's a video out there of like, there's this group that's like fucking shit-faced, and they're on the tee box, and like, the video starts with this guy in the tee box, and he's like just mouthing off to somebody, and then you look at the tee box, and there's like 2 drivers, an iron, like there's a couple clubs just sitting on the tee box. Like, these guys are fucking gooned.
Yeah.
And he's just mouthing off to somebody. Well, he's mouthing off to a former NHL enforcer, and his name is who is it again? It is Nick Tarnasky.
Okay.
This guy used to be a Tampa Bay Lightning enforcer. Like, I'm talking not like a guy that is like skilled and also big. Like, this guy literally beat people up.
That was what he was.
That
there
was
for.
his job. Like,
Yeah. Fourth line center.
So this guy fucked up. He mouthed off to the wrong person. And so I guess Nick Tarnasky's group is stuck behind this group, and they're getting in an argument. And Nick Tarnasky's just yelling at this guy, like, hurry the fuck up, like, shut your fucking mouth, blah, blah, blah. Like, and like, they're on the tee box. It looks like they haven't teed off, and there's a group now waiting behind them, like on the tee box. So they're obviously playing ridiculously slow.
Yeah.
And then this guy walks over to Tarnasky because he's like mouthing him off. And he basically starts like, let's fucking go. He takes his glove off, puts his fucking shades on the ground, whatever. Like, it looks like, and you just hear Nick Tarnasky go, "You're not a tough guy. I fucking promise you, you're not a fucking tough guy." And he's like, "I'm going to fucking throw you into the lake, blah, blah, blah." And so the guy runs at Tarnasky. Tarnasky just grabs him, does the old fucking grab him by the collar, and just fucking chucks him. And he takes her, he pushes him across the cart path and then throws him into the pond.
Really?
This guy climbs out of the reeds. He's like just fucking drenched. And Tarnasky just grabs him by the collar and just starts feeding him fucking punches to the side of his head. And every time Tarnasky lands one, he's like, bang, bang, bang. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that guy picked the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah. No, it was good. I'll have to send you the video.
That's
anyone out there listening, you got to go watch that video if you haven't seen it. It is fucking hilarious. The guy just gets absolutely pummeled.
That's crazy.
And well, like totally deserved. Like he was like definitely the instigator. He was going after Tarnasky. It's like totally on his side.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
That's a brutal one-sided fight.
Yeah. But that's all I pretty much have for NHL stuff. I mean, there was a few other deals we could maybe talk about. But
how about Ehlers?
Oh, Ehlers going to Carolina?
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, I do like that move. You know, I was surprised. I thought maybe Marner was going to land there.
Yeah.
But obviously with Marner going to Vegas, I think that's a great second option for them. They needed a top 6 winger.
Yeah.
And Ehlers has proved to be pretty good. I mean, he's not Mitch Marner, but he can go and get you 70 points, which is perfect.
Definitely one of the biggest names this free agency cycle.
Probably the biggest name, I think. Oh, what about Brent Burns? Did you see that?
No.
So Brent Burns left Carolina and he's signed with Edmonton.
Really?
Or not Edmonton, sorry. He signed with the Avalanche.
Oh.
1 year, $1 million deal.
Oh, no shit. So he just wants a cup.
He just wants a cup. Yeah. For sure.
Brent Burns is pretty old now.
I think he's 40.
Damn.
Yeah, he's definitely getting up there. They also
Is he still top 4? Like top 4D?
He played top pair D for Carolina last season.
Yeah.
But I think if you like talk to any Carolina fan, he was definitely like in over his head a bit, like just not fast enough anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of creates some or has some like boneheaded defensive plays.
Mm.
But I think he'll be like well insulated in Colorado. I mean, the number 1 right D there is Cale Makar, is arguably the best defenseman in the world.
Yeah.
You got Devin Taves there as well. So I think it's a good fit for him. I mean, he can play bottom pair there and then like hop in on power play 2 sort of thing.
Yeah. Other big name, kind of the Ducks. They still have like 30 million in cap space.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be more active this free agency, but they did pick up Granlund.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of their only move this
probably the next guy on that free agency list, or at least a top 5 guy, I would say, after Ehlers.
Yeah.
That was a good pickup for them. But they're deep now down center. I
Yeah.
don't know, like they got Leo Carlson, who's like, former, I think he was number 3 overall 2 years ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good 2-way center, kind of like a Barkov type.
Yeah.
Obviously still really young. They got Mason McTavish there as well, who was the 2C, but maybe is now a 3C with Granlund there. I don't know how that'll work. Maybe, yeah, we'll see how that kind of plays out. But I'm surprised as well. But that they weren't more active. But there really wasn't too many more like players to go after. I think they're saving their money.
Yeah.
Maybe McDavid goes there next season.
Maybe.
You got 30 million
Maybe.
cap space. Fucking do it.
Just see what happens throughout the season. It seems like pre-season trades are almost a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Because teams wait for the season to happen because then they're not trading for the full cap hit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would you agree to that?
100%. And then also, like, if teams, the longer they go without spending all their cap and not using LTIR,
Yeah.
they actually accrue cap space throughout the season.
Really?
Yeah. So there was like a thing last year with the Canucks where they were, and I don't know the exact math on it, but they were X amount of dollars below the cap to start the season. And when they got to the trade deadline, it was like the equivalent of like being able to pick up like a $6 or $7 million player.
Really?
Yeah. So it's obviously a huge benefit to
Yeah.
have cap space.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Ducks, you got 30 million. That's nothing to you. But if you're one of those teams that's like sitting right at the cap or like within $1 million, you want to kind of keep that float and have that work for you throughout the season.
Hmm.
But Yeah, I'm not too sure how the Ducks are going to do this season, but they're definitely like in that San Jose or the Chicago Blackhawks position where they've got some really good young pieces. They could be good. More so San Jose than Chicago. We've talked about that before, though.
Yeah. The Golden Knights, they're $7 million over the cap. What are they going to do?
Pietrangelo.
Yeah.
He's going to take a break from hockey or whatever. So they'll put him on LTIR.
Gotcha.
So his cap hit comes off, which is what, $8 million, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and with the new CBA, they're obviously reworking like the LTIR. Like teams have to be cap compliant.
Mm-hmm.
Will this be the last season where teams can pull that LTIR into the playoff stuff?
I think so. They just signed a 4-year extension to the CBA today.
But they tweaked all that.
Yeah, and I think that kicks in at the start of the next season. So
Gotcha.
Not this season coming up. So that would be, what, 26, 27?
So could he literally not play once this year?
Get paid.
And then just show up for the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Whereas if he does it in the new CBA, the Golden Knights have to be cap compliant for the playoffs.
Gotcha.
So I think that's probably what they're planning on. Surprise, surprise, Vegas at it again.
Yeah.
They do this all the time.
Will he take care of that whole $7 million? Like, is he getting paid over?
I think he's
that?
getting paid $8, but again, if they're in the playoffs, there is no salary cap, so he can come back for.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I think he's getting paid $8 or something like that. I'd have to pull it up here on Puckpedia, but he's definitely making up there. He will definitely get them back to cap compliancy.
Another random pickup that I like though, Jack McBain to the Mammoth. You were talking about them last week as a team to look at.
I actually forgot about the Mammoth. That's a good call. They also got JJ Peterka from Buffalo, who's
on a
really
trade,
good.
right?
Yeah, they traded Kesselring and Josh Doan. So they didn't really give up like a whole lot. I think Josh Doan's got some good potential to be like a 3C. But Peterka and then McBain.
I've got a pretty crazy thing for you. I just saw this the other day.
Okay.
Just a friendly reminder, this was the Sabres in 2021.
Oh, God.
Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart, Cousins, Thompson, Peterka. And then on defense, you got Dallin, Montour, Power, McCabe. That's a fucking crazy team, dude. And only the Sabres.
And Eichel's in there as well, is he not?
Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah.
First line guy.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
No, that's crazy. And then even in goal, they've got Allmark.
Yeah.
And Ukko.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fucking crazy team. Only the Sabres could fuck
Poor
that up.
Buffalo, man. They're just it's a cursed franchise.
Oh, absolutely brutal. Everyone's weeping for Buffalo.
Supposedly, players want to just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it kind of sucks for them because and it's too bad because that's a big sports town.
Yeah, totally. And you know the players, they're like, I don't even get to be in fucking New York, but I'm in New York, Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like I don't even get
sucks.
to be like, you know, the Rangers, fucking Madison Square
You're
Garden.
living in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, totally. Speaking of Buffalo, I've got a good story for you.
Mm-hmm.
Radim Mertka.
Okay.
Do you know him?
Nope.
I think he's a prospect for them.
Yeah.
His nickname is Mr. Cum.
Oh my God.
And that's because Mertka sounds like Merdka, and in Czech, that means semen. And his nickname is Mr. Cum. Just so you know.
There's no way.
I'm not
Is
joking.
that real?
That's real.
Holy fuck. He's defense too. He looks pretty good if you look at his hockey deep, like his stats. Like not bad.
Is he a prospect?
Yeah, he was taken 9th overall this season.
Oh shit.
Played for the Thunderbirds this year. 35 points in 43 games as a 17-year-old defenseman. That's really good.
So pretty stud prospect.
Mr. Cum coming up. That's hilarious.
Everyone keep your eyes open for him.
Holy fuck.
But yeah, that's
Is he going to be the NHLR version of Desmond Watson?
Maybe.
Mr. Cum and Desmond Watson.
Maybe. We'll have to keep our tracker open. Well, with them moving that guy out, they've got room for Mr. Cum on the back end.
They do, but I don't think anyone in this draft besides Schaefer is like ready for the next couple seasons. Yeah,
they need a couple seasons to marinate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Paterka leaving. Well, Paterka plays wing, so what a pickup for Utah, though, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to watch them this season. I think they've probably become my favorite team outside of like my actual favorite teams, like a fun team to watch. They've improved so much since like even 2 seasons ago in Arizona. So I'm excited for them. I hope they do well.
I kind of look at the Canadians and Utah the same in the sense
Yeah.
they're not a threat right now, but they've got a good, fun, young core of guys. You know what I mean? They're both very young teams.
Yeah.
And so I know neither me or you are into NBA that much.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, folks. You're not going to get a lot of NBA talk here.
No.
But so Houston Rockets, they made it to the playoffs. And a lot of people were saying, like, this is a perfect comparison, is like Houston's good young team, but they're so young that they get to the playoffs and it's like, oh my God, like this is a like different
level.
Like this isn't regular season hockey.
Yeah.
And
They're just not prepared. But you need to get that experience.
yeah, totally. And they just got to get that experience. But I feel like the Canadians and Utah are both the same in the sense where 2, 3, 4 years down the road, like,
yeah, they're gonna be tough to deal with.
Yeah, totally. They're gonna be a fucking wagon, man.
I think Utah has really set themselves up for success. I mean, the West is tough, but if Logan Cooley keeps developing into the player that I think he's going to go into, like a 100-point player, 100-point center,
Yeah,
they're going to be set. And it's not even just on him. They have so many other pieces, too, that are obviously good. Their goaltending is maybe a little suspect. I think they got Vemelka back this season coming up. So, I mean, maybe they need to get into the market for a goaltender. But
yeah,
they should be fun to watch. And I think they're, like, we'll wait to do playoff picks until the preseason, but they will for sure be in the playoffs for me.
yeah, totally. And yeah, you look at their roster, fucking top to bottom, it's surprisingly good.
It is.
Their record does not match their skill level from last year.
No, they were still young. I think they're going to
Yeah, and
they're going to take a step this year for sure.
And I feel like even growing pains in the sense of your franchise literally just moved cities. Like,
Yeah.
you can't tell me that doesn't affect everything from the scouts to the front office to the
Everything,
players.
yeah, for sure.
Like, it's got to have some type of effect on them.
Yeah, they're so deep. You got JJ Paterka, Clayton Keller, Dylan Gunther, who's also going to be a stud, Nick Schmaltz, Lawson Krause, Jack McBain, Kerfoot, who's a good bottom six guy, used to play for Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Barrett Hayton, who proved to be a really good middle six winger last season. Brandon Tanev, new pickup for them.
Yeah.
And then Logan Cooley, who makes like the least amount of money on the forwards because he's on his rookie deal. He's going to get paid a big number this coming season.
He's at what, $950?
Yeah. And then on the back end, Sean Durzi, Sergachev, that's a great first pair. You got John Marino, Oli Mata, and really decent second pair. And then now you've picked up Nate Schmidt. You've also got Ian Cole as well, who's another good, like, 35-plus-year-old veteran guy on the back end.
Yeah.
Goaltending question mark, you got Vemelka, Ingram, and Vanacek. None of those guys strike me as Stanley Cup winners, but again, Vegas did it with Aiden Hills, so anything's possible.
Yeah, totally. Look at the age quickly on all those guys. Are you on Puckpedia?
Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah, Paterka
It's gotta-
23, Gunther
It's got to
22.
average like 24, 25 years old.
Yeah, they got to be one of the younger teams. Yeah, because like, so Paterka 23, Keller 26, Gunther 22, Schmaltz and Krause are on the older end, 28, 29. Then you got McBain at 25, Hayton at 25, and then Cooley at 21. It's crazy.
Yeah, totally.
And then on the back end, they're like decently aged, couple older guys, but still like, 27-year-old Mikhail Sergachev. Durzi's only 26. John Marino's 28. So like their core on their defense is all sub 30.
Oh, totally, dude. So I pulled up the Canadians on Puckpedia.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how many guys they have on their roster on entry-level deals?
Oh, man. 3?
5.
5. Wow.
5, dude.
Who do you got?
Demidov.
Yeah.
Kapanen.
Yeah.
Bolduc.
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah.
Blaze.
Wow. Well, Sammy Blaze is
Oh, sorry, my bad. My
He's-
bad.
yeah,
So
he's-
they got 4.
But still, that's crazy, dude. And
Yeah.
then,
And then and then they have Lane Hudson on
Lane
defense,
Hudson,
who's
exactly.
obviously about to get a good payday.
yeah, is he in his
He's
last year coming up?
Yeah. He's a pretty stud, isn't he?
Yeah, he won Rookie of the Year, I think, and then he's going to be a good player. He's going to be like a Quinn Hughes type.
What, like a 6, 7, 8 mil or even higher?
His extension?
Yeah.
I bet you his extension will be in the 8 million range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's that good, and I think they
They'll-
want to
they'll
lock
pair
him
him
up
with Dobson.
Yeah, they want to lock exactly. They'll want to lock him up long term. I mean, that's crazy. They're gonna have him and Noah Dobson now. That's a pretty crazy first pair. Or maybe they keep Gooley with, I don't know. You would put Gooley maybe with Dobson, and then you could do Lane Hudson with someone else. But they're gonna be.
They've got a good decor.
for sure.
They've-
Carey Price is still on their roster.
No shit.
Yeah, 10.5 million. This will be his last season.
Damn.
LTIR.
Bro, fucking almost feels like childhood legend.
He's the best goalie, I think, to never win a cup.
Yeah.
Maybe except for Luongo. I would say
Yeah.
Luongo, but yeah, I think Carey Price he's up there.
I saw some, sorry, off track, but speaking of Luongo, I saw some crazy fucking stat the other day.
Okay.
And I can't tell you what year it was, but the Canucks played the Stars in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that was the only series in history where all 7 games, each goalie had under a 2.0 goals allowed.
Wow.
Luongo had a 1.95 and the Stars goalie had a 1.94.
That's crazy. Was the Stars goalie Marty Turco?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I remember that series, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the series where they had, I think it was a triple overtime game.
Really?
I'm just gonna try and look it up, but it was I remember watching that. I would have been, I think probably in my like late teens or early 20s, and I had a barbecue. And the game, like people went home like after the like first or second overtime,
Yeah.
and the game went to like midnight or something like that.
Fuck.
4 OT game. And okay, so that was a 4 OT game. The Canucks won 5-4.
Whew.
That's insane.
That is.
That's it's one of the longest games in history, I think. 4 overtimes. That's pretty wild.
Is it true there's secret rules for 10 overtimes?
I have no idea.
I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that there's rules for 10 overtimes sealed in an envelope.
There's no way a game would ever go that long. And if it did, that would be like playing what? Like 3.5 games?
Yeah.
Like that would be like a 10-hour game. That would legitimately be they'd have to stop the game and start it again the next day.
Yeah.
The players would be dead.
Well, fucking, what was that one Stanley Cup? I think we talked about it in our very first episode. The Bobby Hall foot goal.
Oh, the
Like
Brett Hall one, yeah.
Or Brett Hall.
Yeah, Brett Hall, the Stars over 1999 Cup final.
Yeah, that was like 3 or 4 overtimes.
That was
yeah?
triple overtime. Yeah. It was the
Damn.
triple overtime one where Brett Hall scored with the skate in the crease.
Yeah, I'm curious. Longest NHL game.
That is crazy.
What do you think? 5?
Yeah, probably. There's probably some fucking stupid one from like 1930 or something like that.
You were close. I don't. Okay, 6 OTs.
6?
1936. Montreal Maroons versus the Red Wings.
What did that game end?
1-0.
Oh my god.
Bro, you had some studs in the net.
Holy fuck.
Those guys are
Either that or you had absolute fucking garbage cans out there playing hockey. Like, what the
Dude.
fuck?
That's crazy.
That's wild. What about modern day?
Modern day.
Yeah. Okay, I got one. I pulled one up. May
Okay.
4th, 2000s, the third longest game in history. It was the Flyers versus the Penguins. It went to 5 overtimes.
Whew.
That's still a long one. With 8 minutes left in the 5th overtime.
That's 2.5 games.
That's gross, dude. What time would that game end at? That game would end at like fucking like if that started at 7 o'clock, that game would be over at like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, some shit.
Oh fuck yeah. No, that's brutal.
Crazy.
I was gonna say one of the last points. What'd you think of the Rangers pickup on Gavrikov? They locked him up for 7 years.
I think it's like, for me, it's probably just like a lateral move because they traded Keandre Miller
Yeah.
in order to make that happen. And I feel like Miller was probably, I would consider him like an equal type player of Gavrikov.
Mm.
So, I mean, I think it's good for them in the fact, I don't know if maybe Miller didn't want to re-sign in New York and wanted out.
Yeah.
And at least they were able to replace him. But yeah, I think like whatever. I'm not that excited. I'm not like that thrilled with the Rangers. I don't think they're a playoff team next year.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna probably be, if they are, they'll be a wild card. They'll be like an 8-9 seed, something like that.
Yeah, and they were a wagon for a couple years back, weren't they?
They've for whatever reason they have struggled to find consistency. They're either scoring lots of goals or they're scoring no goals right now. So I don't know if maybe the Miller being there now for a full season will help.
Yeah.
But they're also like kind of old. Like I think Panarin's in his like mid to late 30s, and he's like their best player. You got Zibanejad who's getting up there.
Miller's early 30s.
Yeah, Miller's early 30s. He's like one of the younger guys. I think Vinny Trocheck's there. He's like same age as Miller.
Yeah.
So they don't have a ton of youth. I mean, they got Alexis Lafreniere, but they don't really give him an opportunity to grow. Like he's like just stuck on the third line, second line all the time.
Yeah, totally. Another winner I had for this offseason, the Islanders.
Yeah, they did well. I'm actually excited to watch them.
Yeah, obviously number one pick.
Yeah.
That says enough.
Yeah.
They got Druin.
Yep.
And who did they trade for? Dobson?
Yeah, who did they get back in that Dobson trade? It was a pretty substantial player, I thought. Let me look. Dobson trade.
Yeah, no, I just feel like they were very active this offseason and actually making an attempt to be competitive.
Well, now Lou Lamoriello's retired. Maybe they can actually start fucking making a move.
What, was he pretty mundane on the market?
Well, he just made bizarre trades or bizarre moves. He was like, I don't even know how old he is. I want to say he's like 87.
So he was still thinking of 60s hockey.
Yeah, he's like exactly 1,000 years old. It says here. Okay, so they traded Emil Heineman and the 16th and 17th draft pick. So they ended up getting. So the Islanders had 3 first-round draft picks.
Fuck.
That's why they picked up Eklund, I think, in one of those picks. I think 16th or 17th.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that they drafted Eklund, and he was projected to go in the top 10. So they
That's
got
right.
Center,
you were
right?
talking about him.
Yeah, so they got Eklund, and then they got Schaefer as well, which will be huge for them moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how the Islanders do. I don't think they're quite ready to make that leap to the playoffs, but they're definitely trending in the right direction. They're going to need 2 or 3 seasons now.
Yeah, totally.
It wouldn't surprise me if they moved like Barzal or maybe even Horvat at some point. But yeah, we'll see.
I just like that they're trying to go out and do something.
Yeah, they're finally doing something. Exactly.
You just see so many franchises just, I don't know, just sit back, do nothing. The owner's okay with being a mundane franchise.
Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so frustrating as a Canucks fan. You want to see change, and then it never happens. But we can just leave it on that note, I guess. And then I am going away on vacation here coming up for a week, so there'll be a little delay on episode 10. We'll probably record it like July 20th, and then hopefully have it out to you guys July 21st, July 22nd, something like that. And then we can start looking at NFL preseason because we'll only be a couple of weeks away from preseason.
There's football this month.
Let's go.
Preseason game on the 31st.
We're fucking there.
Fuck yeah. Seahawks QB just got married yesterday.
Oh.
Sam Darnold.
No shit.
So the Seahawks got some good juju going into the season.
Go. All right, well, that'll do it for episode number 9. As always, I am Matt Parnell, joined alongside by Lucas Fanslaw. You guys have a great rest of your day or evening. Don't forget to like it and subscribe on YouTube and shoot us a follow on Spotify.